Religiously, understand the seven principles of hell. You understand the seven demons within you. You understand that whole concept. It's a whole metaphysical concept. We ain't go over that, but anyway, so from a spiritual standpoint.
So many things going on around the world that a lot of us barely know about. So many untold stories. It is time to break free from the chains of society and be who we are truly meant to be. For 2 to 3 hours, Riders for Life is going to start a segment called Let's Talk About It, y'all. And we're going to talk about it all. Do you really know what is going on around you? Do you know what's happening? Do you know how many of our kids are going missing? Do you know how many predators are out there? It is time to come together and talk about everything that's going on. Can we make a difference? Can we make a change? How can we do it if we cannot come together?
In the face of darkness, I stand tall and strong. With faith as my shield, I'll keep.
Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble night. Continue to have a blessed and humble day. This is shorty Racheal. I want to welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life, brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast. And today's topic is going to be Let's Talk Open Conversations About Life, right? We're going to be talking about free will versus fear. Are we truly in control? We got 3 topics we're going to be reviewing, right? An angry mama, right? Killed, right? 5 days after her child was unalived, right? And then we got the lies of Meg Thee Stallion, and the internet melts down over Trump cutting the budget on the Section 8. It is a lot going on, right? But free will. Do we do we go off of free will, or do we run off of fear, right? When we go off of our emotions, when we start off, when we start drama, whether it's out here in these streets or in these social media platforms, right? Does fate exist, or do we create our own destiny? What does true happiness look like, and how do we achieve it? Is free will an illusion, or do we truly have control over our choices? How does fear shape our lives, and what happens when we overcome it? Are people inherently good, or does society shape their morality? What would a world without money look like, and could it work? Right? Got so many questions, right? With so many things happening, right? The reason we're bringing up these topics, right? For the past month, we've been talking about, is social media harmful, or is social media beneficial, right? When it comes to our youth, when it comes to families, when it comes to relationships, right? And it seems that, social media has been used as a tool, right? How can I say it? To get on here, right? And instead of doing something productive, instead of building a business, instead of doing something positive, which is something that everybody asks for, right? People use it to do all the wrong things. What I mean by all the wrong things, right, in my opinion, is come on here, act a fool, try to bash people, try to threaten people, right? That's something that's been happening a lot, right? A lot of people coming on here thinking that they can do or they can say whatever they want, right? And there's no consequences, right? And I feel as though that a lot of people come on here, right, and don't take the time to analyze that when they're going through something, they need to take the time off, right? Social media isn't a place where you come on when you're like feeling depressed, when you're going through something, when you have just lost somebody and you're mourning them, right? A lot of people, shout out to people, because I've been through this before, right? I've had my baby pops here in real life supporting me, while I've had the Word, Nate the Great podcast on social media, supporting me on that side, right? I think around this point in time, I also had my big sis, Perpetual Platypus, right? And she was another, she's a subscriber. She's not a content creator, but she's a subscriber that was on this platform actually supporting us, a shorty, right? When we're grieving, I feel as though it is not the time for us to come on these platforms, right? Knowing, because we all know that social media is not a place for you to, feel like it's a, how can I say, a safe space, right? A safe space is a place that you create yourself, right? Either the content creator has it, right? Or you yourself in your own home, create your own safe space or a group where you are feeling like you're comfortable, you're able to talk, do the things that you won't get bashed for. Um, social media is not that, right? We come on here, we can speak on stories, right? And believe it or not, what you put on social media, right? People are going to sit here. Everybody has an opinion. What you put on here, right? Depending on what you put on here, people are going to talk about it. And some are going to talk good, some are going to talk bad. My bad, hold on. Where said things since I had a couple come in and their range was gone. YouTube be tripping. I don't know what happened with my YouTube after they monetized it. Because it said I got approval of monetization and stuff like that. And then a whole bunch of stuff on my YouTube changed. Like, I was going to talk to you, right? But my Discord isn't working, so I'm going to have to see how I reach you through Instagram to see if I can learn how to deal with this monetization and how I set it up and all that. But yeah, facts where whatever you put out is open for critique, right? But we have to take in mind, right? I want to show y'all something, right? I have a video right here, and this is a perfect example of, right, free will versus fear. Before I play the video, right, I want to ask y'all a few questions, right? How does grief influence decision making? And what role does anger play in escalating conflicts, right? What systematic factors contribute to gun violence in communities and how can they be addressed? Should courts consider emotional distress as a mitigating factor in violent confrontations, right? And how does the legal system determine the difference between murder and manslaughter in cases like this, right? And the reason I'm saying this and I'm asking these questions, right, because we're about to watch a video, right, where an angry mama, right, gets unalived 5 days after burying her son from a fight she started, right? The story of Caitlin Davidson, right? On April 30th, 2022, 5-year-old Kyler Jackson was shot while playing outside his grandmother's house. His parents, Derek Jackson and Kylie Davidson, rushed to the hospital holding on to hope. But after 72 hours with no signs of recovery, they made the heartbreaking decision to remove him from life support. Kyler died on May 4th, 2022. As Kaylin planned her son's funeral, grief turned into outrage. Someone had vandalized Kyler's memorial. Balloons slashed, candles knocked over, flowers tossed. Kaylin believed she knew who did it, but she didn't act right away. She waited. She buried her baby on May 12th. Then she confronted the woman she believed was responsible on May 17th, Kaimari Wright. Kaylin struck her and tried to walk away, but Wright pulled out a gun, chased her down, and shot her in cold blood. Kaylin Davidson died just 5 days after burying her child. Wright was arrested and charged with murder, involuntary manslaughter, and firearm enhancement on November 2nd, 2023. She was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter and sentenced to 10 years in prison, right? So we have a story of a mom, right, that was grieving, right? We have a story. Blessings, Gary, bust it down. Brown. Guys, make sure y'all go check out the word. Great conversations, great topics, right? You will not be disappointed, right? And there's a reason why I always recommend word, right? Because if you don't understand something, trust and believe that when you go into his panel, you will understand it because he will break it down like you in kindergarten, man. And I'm telling you, man, we all learn a little bit from word, man. Make sure y'all go check him out. You will not be disappointed. Make sure y'all go check out Gary Bust It Down Brown. Great conversations, great topics, right? And he also touches on the topics that a lot of people are scared to touch on. All right. But we have a mother, right, that went through something at a certain point in her life, right, and she was grieving. And I feel as though while she was grieving, she shouldn't have been on social media, right? She had just lost her son, her child, due to I'm gonna say gun violence, right? Um, but in the process of that, right, she has a friend, right, that is on social media with her, right? And this ended up being a social media, Facebook dispute. So she has a best friend that's on Facebook with her, right? And it seems like you know, somebody commented right on Kaylin's video, right? And they I guess they were laughing. All this over some petty shit. I'm being real with y'all, right? And this is something that I noticed that has constantly happened within our chats, right? Whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's subscribers, right? Whether it's viewers, whether it's, other people around, like people from other platforms, right? They'll come on a channel, right? And they'll screenshot certain things, they'll send it to other people. They're like, oh, look what was being said about you. Da, 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 da. And it be petty shit half the time, right? And that's how drama and bullshit starts, right? So this is why I'm bringing this story up, because this is a perfect example of what happens that, people think, oh, like, listen, I could come on here, I could say this, I could do that, and ain't nothing going to happen. And we're talking about, look, listen, this lady is supposed to be this lady's friend. That's supposed to be her best friend, right? And she knows that, her friend just lost her child, but you still sitting here bringing social media bullshit to her because it's petty. All right, somebody laughed at a video, right? You see where I'm coming from? That she didn't even notice it. She didn't even, I guess at the moment it went over her head because of what she was going through. But my thing is, a friend, you should have just let that shit go, right? But you're sitting here, oh no, I'm not gonna let that slide. I inboxed her and I showed her. I'm sitting here like, what type of friend is you though? This is social media bullshit. It's petty. Let it go. But unfortunately, right, we got people like that that do that to people, and they do it on a constant basis, right? And it doesn't matter what the situation is, right? Or what the topic is that's being talked about on social media. People are constantly doing this with no regards for their lives or the people that they're sitting here doing this with or to, right? So now, right, in this story right here, we have a perfect example, right, of why we shouldn't be doing these things, right? This lady lost her child. Her friend, right, got her involved in some social media bullshit, apparently, allegedly, right? And because of all this, right, she lost her life. And now her oldest child is left with no mother, no brother. Not just that, right? Now, let's talk about the other family that the altercation happened with, right? The lady that sat here and unalived this mother left children behind too. So neither one of these parties sat here and cared about what the consequences was going to be behind, right? With their family. At the moment, they didn't care. But now, it's too late. You okay? So this right here is the mother grieving her child right here before she's unalived, right? And big shout out to Selena, yo, because I was on her panel. And if it wasn't for her, man, I listen, it took me a little minute on how to get this live together, yo. But talking to her earlier, I was like, all right, this is how I'm gonna do it. Boom, 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 boom. And here we are now. I That's sad, yo. Like, she's sitting here grieving her child. She shouldn't have been on social media, in my opinion. And this live is not meant to bash her, right? This is for educational purposes, right? Like, listen, situations like this really do happen. Gary said, wait, Word said what? Whatever you put out is open for question, right? Gary says, Emotional distress is a real thing. A lot of people don't know how to manage their emotions, and therefore it can take over one's decision, and that's a fact. Do we consider masculinity toxic in women? That's a good question. What you think, boss? I didn't even know you was on your phone. My
I'm sorry. What was
bad.
the question? I'm sorry.
Do we consider
Masculinity.
masculinity toxic in women?
I could say yes to a degree with most women who try to show their masculine side instead of
Hmm.
keeping it more feminine.
Oh shit, that's a different way. I didn't even think about it like that. Ha! There you go, Gary. Question answered.
Because I feel like I can't live without my son,
He said,
right?
well said.
What do you motherfuckers think I do,
Appreciate it.
y'all? For real. Listen, stop. Don't do that. Because I can't take it. Like, no, for real, though, what do y'all really think? Like, if they're my thoughts, and I've been fighting this demon since Saturday. If them the demons I'm fighting within myself, do you think I give a flying fuck about anybody else?
Losing a child is devastating.
It is.
Burying one, that's the kind of pain that doesn't just linger, it reshapes you. For Kaylin Davidson, grief came fast and merciless. Her 5-year-old son was gone, and before she could even lay him to rest, something unthinkable
Want me to do it?
happened. The memorial she created in his
Hmm?
honor,
Wish
candles,
your hands was full
balloons,
at the moment.
tokens of love, was torn apart,
The right
destroyed.
object wasn't
As
on
if
it.
losing him wasn't cruel enough, someone made sure to twist the knife. Some brushed it
Really
off
be
as
soon.
drama. Others knew better. Kaylin wasn't one to let disrespect slide, especially not when it came to her baby. She had her suspicions, and she planned to confront them. But grief has a way of clouding judgment. And sometimes, when pain turns into rage, things unravel in ways no one expects. Kaylin wasn't the only one carrying something heavy that day, and not everyone walks away when tempers explode. Welcome to the American Crime Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and
And that's a fact. And I feel as though, right, sometimes we do need to walk away, especially when we're dealing with grief, when we're dealing with emotions, right? And I want to give a big shout out to my baby pops, right? Because he's the first person that taught me that, right? And for those of y'all, right, Word is somebody that breaks down this type of behavior. Listen, I don't know if I got mods in the chat. Word, if you still in the chat, man, put your link down below, right? Because he's a managing mod, man. Leave your link down below, right? So people can go check you out. Go check him out because he breaks it all down, right? The behavior. He's a coach for those of y'all that don't know. All right. So he talks a lot about this on his panel. So make sure y'all check him out, share his videos, smash that like button, man, and keep helping him bring awareness. The more y'all share his videos, the more we can help the 9%, spread the message. All right. So big shout out to the Word, but this is something, we got to, get under control. A lot of us, right, get in our emotions, come on social media, think it's okay to say what we going to say and get away with it. And it's not like that, right? And at one point in time, I thought it was only females that did this, but I'm starting to see that a lot of men do this. All right. Like, if we're unstable creatures, then I'm starting to look at the men sideways. You see where I'm coming from, right? And this is not to bash nobody. I'm just giving my opinion and my perspective on what I see, right? If what I'm saying offends you, hey, look, listen, that's not my problem, all right? That's just an opinion that I got in the way that I perceive things, right? Listen, we all got opinions. And at the end of the day, an opinion is like an asshole. Everyone has one. Oh, hold on. Wait, I got to check the chat before I press play. I am here to work. Yo, be right back. We got the beautiful Selena in the building, guys. Make sure y'all go check out Selena. She great conversations, great topics, and she does some of the best interviews here on YouTube. You will not be disappointed. Check her out. Stoic, blessings. We got Stoic in the building. My boss man.
Hit the notification bell for future uploads.
I love you.
Kaylin may have been a bother to some, but to her family, friends, and most importantly, her sons, she was everything. Born and raised in South Bend, Indiana, Davidson was a loud, talkative, fun-loving girl who grew into a hardworking mother of two. Her firstborn, Kylan Miller, was smart, strong, and loyal, a big brother who adored his baby sibling. And Kyler, a 5-year-old ball of brilliance and energy. He spoke like a grown man, read better than most middle schoolers, and had already qualified to attend Kennedy Academy, a school for gifted kids. His parents, Kaylin and Derek, though no longer together, were both proud as hell. Kaylin was grinding. She worked as a medical assistant at Beacon Health Systems while enrolled in a clinical care internship program. Laser focused on becoming a registered nurse. Most of her free time went to studying and raising her kids. But not everyone loved her hustle or her mouth. According to spectators, she could be loud, confrontational, and unapologetically bold. One person who definitely wasn't a fan was Kimmery Wright, a 26-year-old mother, social media personality, and part-time fire starter who also juggled multiple jobs and had a flair for keeping drama alive. The beef? It started over pettiness.
That's some real shit, pettiness. Shout out to Selena. She gave her commentary on this video. Not on this video, on her live earlier, right? And she had a good perspective, and it's true. Like, you know, this right here, it shows the ratchetness on a lot of females, right? And some of them have that I don't care attitude. And you know, it's crazy is that, you know, that I don't give a fuck attitude is going to land you in a casket. And this is why, you know, some of us need to get our shit in check, like our priorities. We need to get them straight, right? Some of us females are out here, right, sitting here confronting men, confronting women, thinking that it's okay, right? But at the end of the day, what is it? Why are we doing this? Where is it getting us? What are we trying to prove? And I'm not speaking about, you know, I'm not speaking about all women, right? I'm just speaking in general. The shoe fits where the hip fits, right? And if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Should, right? Once again, that leads to the question, how does grief influence decision making, and what role does anger play in escalating conflicts, right? And what systematic factors contribute to gun violence in communities, and how can they be addressed? Because that was like this shit is crazy. Like, this chick sat here and just stole the shorty, and the shorty pulled out a pistol and shot her ass. In a matter of seconds, that's how she lost her life. She snuck up on the shorty, got one on her, but then that backfired right away. She wasn't prepared for that.
Reportedly, Kimmery laughed at a video of one of Kaylin's family members getting beat up. That didn't sit well. Soon after, Kaylin and her cousin pulled up to the mall and jumped Kimmery. From there, it turned into a full-blown feud, online posts, backhanded comments, petty insults. Two grown women with children acting like cast members from Baddies. And while they traded jabs and clout-chased chaos, tragedy came knocking. On April 30th, 2022, Kaylin's son Kyler was visiting his maternal grandmother's house when things went horribly wrong.
See, I want to point something out. That's the issue that a lot of women are having nowadays. They want to imitate that show, Baddies. They want to imitate the Housewives of Atlanta and all that. Like, I'm not understanding what's the point of bringing Hollywood into reality, right? Instead of being your own person, a lot of these people are sitting here following trends. That doesn't make you real.
It's not even just following trends. They're trying to live somebody else's life.
Real shit.
So many people put them into somebody else's celebrity lifestyle that they trying to know everything that's going on with every minute of the day of their life, instead of focusing on their life, bettering themselves and their community and everything else around them. They worry about the next person's lifestyle and trying to imitate it. That's why I'm glad I'm not connected to no social media. I'm off the grid.
He said, I'm off the grid. I use her social media. Don't nobody know it's me. They think it's her.
Yeah, that's real shit, though. That's real shit. Facts.
Oh, shit. Wait. I was on point with that shit?
Yeah.
Damn. Wait. Don't listen to him, all right? He gonna get his head popped in a minute. Like, I'm gonna wait for him to go to sleep. I'm gonna hit him with something. I'm gonna die after that. Don't worry. But it's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna come back to life. He gonna get his back. I'll be back like the Undertaker. And I'm gonna hunt your dreams like Freddy Krueger. I got you, baby daddy.
Eric, Kyler's father, had dropped him off, nothing unusual. But while in the home, Kyler and another young relative stumbled upon a gun. They played with it. Then suddenly, a shot rang out. Kyler was hit. He was rushed to the hospital and listed in critical condition. For 3 agonizing days, he clung to life.
And that's what I don't understand, right? I'm going to go deeper into this. So stay tuned for part 2. I will definitely bring an update. So just know that I am going to be diving down the rabbit hole, right? I'm going to be swimming in them rivers trying to get the research I need, all right? So there's going to be a part 2 because I'm trying to figure out if the gun was in the grandmother's house, why is the grandmother free? And it's crazy, right? Because I don't know if the investigation got paused because of the young boy's mom getting unalive due to the altercation that happened through Facebook, right? But the grandmom's still free. And this happened in 2022. The shorty got arrested in 2023, right? For charges of manslaughter and stuff like that. Whatever happened to the young boy's case? Like, why was there a gun just laying around in the grandmother's house? Why was it available for 2 toddlers to grab and one of them ended up unaliving the other? This is the reason why this mother was grieving. She shouldn't have been on social media to begin with, but unfortunately, we live in an era where, even, how can I say, even the...
I can tell you,
Go ahead.
we live in an era where as though everything needs to be broadcasted. Everything can be broadcasted, no matter if it's a grieving, trying time or a triumph celebration. Everything needs to be posted. Your personal life don't need to be posted, but that's the problem. Everybody feels as though they need to post their personal life. See, they need to take it back in my time. It was no internet. Guess what social media was? On the phone, hello, it's such and such home. Go hang out outside. When the lights came on, people knew go home. Everybody was safe. Kids were safe. Mothers were safe. You see what I'm saying? So this internet thing, it became a good thing to a certain extent because people misuse and abuse it. Everything gets used and abused, but to a certain extent, to a certain degree. That's why I don't want no parts of it because people get so caught up in their little bullshit on here and everybody else bullshit that they don't know how to live their life right.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Let me see. Gary says pettiness will get a person hurt or worse.
Mm-hmm.
Stoic says it's the environment. Stoic says made the internet. Okay, the environment made the internet real life. Gary says why are these guns
Aren't secure. They need to be in lock boxes.
But people don't think like that. That's what I'm saying. Why wasn't there an investigation done on the grandmother? Like all this got put through social media, but the all eyes is on what happened to the mother. But what happened to the child that made this mother, act all buck wild and shit?
Yeah, I agree with Word on that. That was facts right there.
Word said, let me see. Word says, man, they see people monetizing their ignorance and they be like, I'm ignorant. So, and they try to get paid the easy way. People actually think being unscrupulous, I can never say unscrupulous is talent.
I agree with that because at the end of the day, right? If you just pay attention how they tried to ban TikTok and all that over here, because all the violence, all the ignorant stuff that was going on. But if you look at other places in the world, they TikTok don't have the fights and the shooting like we do of our people, whether it's Black, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, whatever it may be. It's all over the internet how we getting gunned down, shooting each other down, killing each other, asses twerking, popping, freaky ass dances. They worried about the biggest package, the biggest bag.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Real
Gold
shit.
diggers everywhere. Like, what the fuck?
He said gold digger. He don't even curse like that. He said, what the fuck? Wait, hey, social media bought what the fuck out of my baby pops.
I'm sorry. It's just
Wait a minute. He don't even curse like that. Wait,
I don't. It's just crazy. It just takes me to another place because we live in a time where as though the young ones trying to lead the other young ones and they don't want no guidance because they already misguided.
Mm. Mimicking what they see.
And the bad part about it is some old heads, I ain't gonna call them OGs, I'm gonna just call them old heads because they old enough to know better to put the battery packs into these little young niggas' back.
Facts.
Instead of manipulating them and using them and making them think half this shit is cool out in these streets. They're not. Instead of dropping jewels on them and telling them how to really live life, teaching them financial literacy and shit like that, they teaching them how to go ahead and get a gun and shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
How to go track the block down. That shit don't last forever. But guess what, though? Learning these stocks, learning this credit, learning how to own some land and properties, that's something forever. Because guess what? That's an asset. That's not a liability. That's something you can acquire that you can pass on. That's what you call creating generational wealth. Shit that they don't know about.
Facts. They don't think.
All they know is money under the mattress.
He said money under the mattress.
I mean, I know, I understand it, but it's bigger than that. You got to learn life. And they're not learning life. All they know is social media. Oh, what Tory Lanez got going on? What did he trial doing today?
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Instead of saying, you know what, let's put this on and learn about a little bit of financial literacy. Let's learn about these stocks and bonds and why these white people or these black people or whoever in the league is leading. Because guess what? They're not worried about, let me tell you something, right? Wealthy people not worried about broke people. You see what I'm saying? Broke people trying to talk and worry about rich people trying to impress them and they staying broke. But the wealthy and rich ones, they worried about getting more money and how to make their money work for them so their great grandkids can remember them when they're gone.
Real shit. That's how the old heads be talking. Oh, wait. Okay. Stoic says they give their children devices letting the internet raise them. And Word says, yeah, I was raised in ninja era where you take pride in being incognito.
Incognito. I know that's right.
Oh, Negro. That's what it says?
Incognito.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I was a Negro that was in my own lane, in my own gang, and I ain't worried about nobody else. I was focused on my focus, like I always say. That's an incognito. That's what's up.
Stoic says parents aren't supervising their children internet life. That's true.
Parents ain't parenting no more. You can't tell half these parents, hey, listen, where your child at 7 o'clock in the evening? They don't fucking know. They 13 blocks over, 6 blocks west. Doing who know what with who. But they're going to say, hey, give me a minute, let me call him. What the fuck if he don't answer? He might be the one who got his wings that day. You better pay attention and wake up. Watch your kids.
That's some real shit. Where I say you had the old heads competing and trying to be the youngins. People talk up, they don't talk down. Facts. Real shit. Gary says parents can't parent, too busy doing other things.
Facts.
That's some real
Same shit I say.
All right, go press play. Press play.
Then on May 4th, shortly after midnight, with no brain activity and no hope, he was removed from life support. Kellen was shattered. The kind of grief that scrapes your soul and leaves nothing but rage and confusion behind. She turned to alcohol, to prayer, to Facebook. Her raw emotions poured out on her timeline, and so did her fury, especially toward her own mother. She wrote, "This situation has exposed a lot of true feelings. There is no way I should be doing this without my mother. I know it's my choice, but the things she said to me and her actions got us to this place. I have not received a call or text from her checking on me or anything since this incident. Everyone is back to work and school like they ain't killed my baby and like it wasn't your grandson that passed while in your home and in your care. I'm so hurt because I know I will never speak to her, my sister, or nephew ever again in life. I'm so hurt and confused by all of the hate and negative attitudes towards my sweet baby. Y'all continue to pray for me. I'm not okay. I'm about to lose my mind. Even with her grief boiling, Davidson swore she'd go all out for Kyler's funeral. But grief wasn't her only battle. Word got back to her that Kimmery had been making fun of her, talking slick about her son, about her parenting, about her pain. Kaylin had enough. She got on Facebook Live for 30 minutes and aired it all out. She spoke on her mental state, on the disrespect, and she made it clear this was going to be handled after the funeral.
And this is why we should not come on social media while we're grieving. Because even though, okay, you're entitled to speak our mind, yes. But one thing is speaking our mind and taking that to another level and going to threaten other people. Like somebody won't just pull up on you. Some people just don't care. Some people don't have nothing to lose, right? At the end of the day. But there are some people that got something to lose. And like I tell people, you think that the person that has something to lose is not going to sit here and fight? They is. They got something to lose, so they're going to protect what they're protecting with by any means. So at the end of the day, you got to be careful. The crazy part about it is we got two mothers that shouldn't have took it this far. Two mothers that should have been leading by example, right? Both of them, yes, one lost one child, right? The other one was going through something. But even though one lost a child, she still had another child to attend and care for. And this is why we should not be on social media, because on social media, whatever you put out here is, how can I say, able to get critiqued. And you can't get mad at that. This is something that my baby pops had to teach me in the beginning when I was first starting, because I wasn't understanding certain things. And what I had to understand is that social media was a little different from real life. But at the end of the day, I had to learn how to overcome that, right? And focus on what I was doing and ignore the ignorance. And some people can't do that. And I'm not going to sit here and lie. It's something hard to do, especially when you come. And I'm not going to blame the hood. I'm going to say when you're surrounded by people that, that sit here and just like every little thing, like, yo, you can't sit here and talk, like, who the fuck you think you is, right? Social media is a little different. You can't reach that person. So at the end of the day, how can I say? Just put it like this, right? Just remember that people may forgive, but they don't forget. And the world is small, and you never know where you can meet somebody. Just keep in mind what you said and keep that energy. That's how we got to look at it.
Kaylin and her cousin Weezy and me got into it with this girl. Her name is Ass So Big Like the Sun on Facebook. We got into it with her a couple months ago. Weezy thought it was done. So today, as a month, I got 7 people in my inbox with a screenshot of her basically saying that, basically her saying that a motherfucker talked about my kids, about me being a bad mom a couple months ago. Now look at the situation she in with her kid. So to us, it looked like he was talking about Kaylin. So I got on the post and I said, are you referring to Kaylin? She didn't say anything. So I inboxed her and I asked her, are you talking about Kaylin on your post? And she definitely inboxed me back and said, no, I wasn't talking about Kaylin. She said, I know y'all don't. I said, okay. She said, I know y'all don't like me, but I don't play no shit like that. I prayed for that girl. I swear to God I did. And I said, oh, okay, thank you. And left it at that. Okay, Kaylin's here. Let me add her. Why is your name not coming up on this bitch?
Mind you that this is supposed to be the shorty's best friend, right? But she's on here instigating on some social media shit. Listen, if I know that my best friend is grieving, right, and we're both on social media, right, we're both doing this and we're both doing that on social media, I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, look at this petty comment that you got on your video. I'm supposed to be her friend. I'm not supposed to be sitting here putting a battery on her back. I'm not supposed to be sitting here gaslighting her. I'm not supposed to be sitting here doing none of that. But apparently, that's what it's about now. Like, people don't care. They don't care. It could be a family member. It could be somebody that considers themselves to say, I'm your friend. But is they? This is America, land of the free, where you gotta pay for water, even the air you breathe. Y'all screaming Black Lives Matter, turn around and watch our kids die and cry and ask why. They gotta fly high. Now we gotta be strong enough to storm the weather. Y'all weak, y'all fold under pressure. Now y'all went and lost your treasure. Oh my, look at the oppressor, dressed as a professor, calls himself a hitman, missed his target and got banned. Now he's tomorrow's trend, all for a brand. Don't act surprised. Y'all can stand. Y'all knew the plan. Y'all know that friend with that itchy hand ready to see you go missing? Damn, what a scam. The whole time they was listening. They was just a part of the plan. Got us on a mission, on go mode and ready to rant. And that's how it be. That's how it be. And we give in. We give in. Let me see. Gary says no older grandparents aren't around. Stoic says it really didn't have to go down like this. Effing sad. That's some real shit, Stoic. Mom want attention from who? She didn't do enough. And that's the problem. Like when we come on here doing that stuff, is we seeking some type of attention. Listen, Word has broken this down in so many ways on his platform, right? That I'm sitting here like, yo, he makes a point, right? And if you don't understand the way Word breaks it down, boy, there's nothing else I could tell you, man. Because listen, a kindergarten could understand what Word is saying. Like he breaks it down bad good. And it's not that I'm putting the man on the pedestal. I'm just giving credit where credit is due, right? Like it is our emotions, our behaviors. We are in control of that. We shouldn't let people knock us off our hinges. But unfortunately, we live in a world where people seek validation. Right? And they think they can get respect by seeking that. And that's not true. Grievance should be done at home and not shared with. That's a fact. That's what my baby pops was just saying. That's something that's personal. And I learned it. Listen, I learned it firsthand. You see where I'm coming from? Like, I'm not ashamed to speak on my story, right? And instead of speaking on someone else, I speak on mine. You see, I should have listened to my baby pops when he said, keep this way, right? But I went and listened to somebody on social media and decided to, bring this to social media, right? Because I was doing a GoFundMe. I should have listened to my baby pops. And it also landed onto where, Word and Nate the Great podcast had to be big brothers on here, right? And helped me out through social media. They picked me up, they lifted me, they helped me with my platform and much more. Shit, you got to give credit where credit is due at the end of the day. Like I wasn't understanding a lot of stuff in the beginning, and did I fall for the bullshit? I did. So, at the end of the day, we got to be careful. We got to watch our circles. Like we can't come on here, right, being weak-minded. Let me put it like that, because I was about just to mess up. Weak-minded, right? That's the right word. Because if you're weak-minded, they're going to take advantage of you. Grieving should be done at home and not shared with the world, Stoic says. Gary says grieving should be around people who truly care, love the person grieving. Facts. Gary says where were they in the same hood? I guess. No, yeah, I think so. They were around the same area. Yes, Gary. People are praying, not okay. People are praying, not praying for people. People also need to do and stop waiting
for prayers answered to be answered.
There you go. Because I'm like, wait, there's something missing there. This is common. People waiting for. I see what you're saying about me now. People waiting for a prayer, damn straight, Gary, and that's true. Listen, people think Superman gonna come and save them, and that shit not true.
Oh, there you go, Kay. Hold on, I see you.
He not coming. You gotta be your own Superman.
I did it, Kay. When it should be coming your way in a second. But so I said what I said. I said thank you. So Kaylin ended up calling me after I said thank you to Shorty and telling me what the girl said to her in her inbox, how she called her bitches and
all this over a he say, she say bullshit on social media.
This, that, the other, and that changed my thank you from thank you to fuck you. Once I heard that how you was talking to my friend that's when my thank you turned to fuck you. I did say thank you at
said
first.
pause it.
But you said
Pause
for
it.
my friend. So I said, oh,
Okay.
Now, you said this stemmed from he say, she say on social media, correct?
Yeah.
See, that just proved more of my point of how grown-ups ain't grown-ups no more, and social media ain't for everybody.
Selena said that earlier.
You see what I'm saying? It's not for everybody. Because at the end of the day, right, and I hate to say this, and I want people to think that I'm cold-hearted, but I just speak what I feel, what I think, and my opinion. At the end of the day, right, it's sad to say some people not even built for life, but they take their own life. And it's fucked up, and it's sad that it is, because the world we live in now, it can be so demanding and overwhelming to a person who don't have the mental capacity to deal with it, and it'll force them to take their life, whether it be through drugs, shooting, suicide by police, numerous of things it can come from. But at the end of the day, everybody don't have the mental capacity to be on social media. Everybody don't have what it takes to know how to deal with criticism or just people giving their opinion. And if you're supposed to be grown, in my opinion, what somebody say about you should never affect you, especially if they're not feeding you, your family, taking care of you, your bills, your kids, and none of that. That's the only time somebody's opinion should matter is when they're your significant other or your mother or your daddy because they're taking care of your ass. Other than that, what anybody say should not ever affect you. Because then you just dealing off of emotion. And people kill me with that, oh, you make me this. Can't nobody make you feel nothing. You can only feel how you choose to feel. Emotion is a feeling. I can't make you feel sad. I can't make you feel happy. I can make you feel some other things, but I can't make you feel those emotions. You can get emotions from a feeling that you felt. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can't make you feel no type of way about something that I say. You chose to feel some type of way about something that I say. You chose to react off of what I said. Now, I could have said something that went over your head, but you thought it was for you. No, it's for the motherfucker behind you. But now here you go. Now you got something to say. That's the problem. Everybody not worried about the right things and always got something to say. That's why I teach my kids, you got one mouth and two ears. Do less talking and more listening. You'll learn a lot more that way.
That's true.
And you'll stay out of less bullshit that way. Because you're not out there running your mouth and everybody mixed. You're hearing everything that's going on around you, so you know what to stay away from. You know what to keep your heads up on. You know who to be around and who not to be around.
Yeah, Stoic says in Australia you gotta be 16 to use the internet. I know I did a live on that, and I feel as though they should do that here in America too.
But you know what's crazy? Some grown-ups don't need to be on the internet either. So what's gonna be the bad for that? You got grown-ups on this bitch acting like kids.
Yo, I can't with my baby pops.
It's facts though. You got grown-ups on here acting like kids.
See, this is why I say yes to him. Yep. Mm-hmm. He's special. He's special. Oh.
It's crazy though. It's just facts because you got grown-ups on here acting like kids, talking like kids, instead of trying to teach the kids. They get on here acting just like them. Mm-hmm. And they wonder why these young ones act the way they act. And they disrespect any and everybody around them because guess what? They're not being taught. Respect that old lady. That could be your grandmother. You don't want somebody else to do that to her.
That's true.
See, that's how we was taught when we was raised. It's not being taught no more. You know what's being taught now? Go see how much that bag is. Go see if that ass good. Go see if his dick long enough. You see what I'm saying? They worry about all the wrong shit. Oh, is this your car? Or that's a rental. Do it matter? I'm driving. So it doesn't matter if it's a rental or not. I'm driving. I'm not walking. I'm not on a bus. But yet you are. Make that shit make sense. There's too many entitled people in this world, and they don't even know what they're really entitled to. And the thing they should feel entitled to, they don't even care about. More about their rights, civil rights, their First Amendments, their constitutional rights. They need to worry about those type of things. But yet they want to worry about Another shit I was just talking about in the next celebrity lifestyle.
Real
And who
shit.
going to jail next? What celebrity next? What celebrity gonna get killed next? Don't turn nobody down for it. That's all you doing. Even though it's bound to happen because it's life they living.
Real shit. That's some real shit he said. Word said, word. Damn. Sorry, Gary. I didn't mean to call you word. Gary said people are setting the wrong example on social media, and that's some real shit. And they call themselves influencers, though. Like, what I thought were influencers when I was growing up is not what I see on social media.
It's a difference between being an influencer and just a content creator. It's a difference. See, an influencer will be a person who's bringing positivity, who's bringing things that's going to help you and uplift you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not just a content creator. They just create content for the views, for the check, or whatever you want to call it. For clout.
Some bring awareness, though. Like,
some may bring awareness, but it's a difference, though, because an influencer is somebody who's trying to influence the world, who's trying to bring the world more of what they have inside of them that they feel that they might not have, or for to reach some people. That's what an influencer is, whether it's social media or just in life, period. Now, content creator, that could be multiple things. It could be a person who brings awareness. It could also be a person who just put up a bunch of ignorant stuff, regular hood shit. Where the influence in that?
None.
Where the awareness in that? You just tell me that I already know what's going on? You just showing it in a different city, a different state? Come on. Think about it.
That's some real shit, though. Unfiltered papa. Okay, Poppy, let me find out.
Okay, thank you, and left it at that. Until I talked to my friend, and my friend told me what was really being said to her in her inbox about the death of her son and the whole situation. My thank you turned to fuck you, and you can eat a sour dick at the end of the day. So, Kaylin, you can say what you got to say, friend.
I'm not a likable person, and I understand that.
She started off right there. She said, I'm not a likable person, and I understand that. But in other videos, right, she's known, and they say it, she's known to be ratchet. She, the way she carries herself. And that's a problem. See, and that's something my baby pop talks about constantly. He don't like women like that. He don't even pay them no attention. And I've seen a lot of females out here get pissed, like, why are you with him? He's so rude. To you, he respects me. Why should I treat him any different? Like, what the fuck? It ain't my fault. He gave you back your energy. Like, shit, you want to act like a hoe? He gonna treat you like a hoe. He's just not gonna fuck you. That's it. What the fuck?
See, people get the concept wrong. See, I treat people accordingly, and I trust people to be exactly what they are and who they are when their true colors come shining through. See, before I never trusted nobody, but I had to learn. Wait a minute. I need to trust everybody to be exactly who they are. So if it's a snake, I'm going to trust the snake to be a fucking snake and expect them to try to bite me. That's why I keep my eyes on them at all times and keep 6 feet.
You said 6 feet. Like it's the pandemic. I'm still got to be cautious now because YouTube is censoring me. I peeped that. They had me clean some videos up. I don't like them. I'm still going to be uncensored. That's why I need to work on my TikTok. TikTok doesn't censor me. I need to stop playing. TikTok pays me better too. But that's a topic for another day. I need to stop playing around with TikTok. But see, I want to use my baby pops on TikTok. Ooh, boy. They want to debate. They got the right one. And we could be unfiltered on TikTok. For real, for real. They don't understand. I keep telling them, like, yo, y'all want him? Okay. All right, watch. I had a few lives. They're like, okay, I've heard what he said. I would like to, debate. I'm like, debate? You're not saying conversation? I'm like, okay. I'm like, he's not me. I'm nice. That's Lucifer. Reincarnated. Not Michael Jackson reincarnated. He's not going to go, He's going Yo, people funny as shit. They like, I can handle it. No, you can't. He's not gonna curse you out. He gonna fucking how can I say respectfully disrespect you. I'm just going to disrespect you straight from the fucking gate, not give a fuck. But him, you're not even going to tell he's disrespecting you. People going to fucking laugh at you, joke. Listen, you don't get it. Y'all just don't get it. Y'all hate. Yo, y'all listen, man. Let's play.
But you're not going to play in my face. Nobody going to play in my face when it comes to my baby. Like, period. You just not. She disrespectful. You in my inbox call me bitches and hoes. But then in the same breath saying, I actually prayed for you. I said, how you pray for me, but you speaking like that? Everybody knew that you was talking about me. Multiple people got this screenshot of you. She's very disrespectful.
See, I'm going to pause it right there. And that's my whole thing, like I was just saying. I'm going to fast forward a little bit, right? Because I want to get into the other videos. I'm gonna go forward a little bit, but right there, instead of just speaking on her story, right, to bring awareness on whatever the situation was that she's going through, she is worried about what's happening within her chat, what her chat is saying about her, their opinions about her, and that's the last thing she needs to worry about. She should be grieving her child. Okay, she came on social media, she spoke on her story, but now it seems like she's what they call, doing what they call clout chasing, right? And I, listen, for a minute I didn't know. I'm like, what the hell is this clout chasing thingy, right? And I was like, oh, okay, it's all for attention, right? That's what they're seeking, attention. And I feel as though that, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't bring it out here like that, especially if you cannot handle what's coming. So we're gonna go a little forward, right, into this. And press play.
A good person, and I'm really like trying not to even be that person. I done changed so much, but like I can only take so much. This is fucking overwhelming, you know what I'm saying? And then you speaking ill, like you just don't know. Like, please just leave me alone.
Please,
like,
I beg y'all to please leave me alone.
I'm begging you for your own sake to leave me alone.
Please, for real.
I'm
please,
not.
Please, Jesus, please leave her alone. Jesus, please leave her
because to
alone.
me it's malice and it's fucked up. I don't give a fuck if I don't see the bitch.
Why do you want to be mean to her right now? Why would you want to be mean to her right now? The universe did enough to her already. Why would you want to add anything to that? Something got to be mentally wrong with you.
Why? Because people's over. Listen. If anybody, before I change the video, right, want to come up, give their perspectives on the video, the link is in the chat. The link is in the community wall. All right. I mean, y'all more than welcome to come up, right? Y'all don't just gotta chat in the chat, right? Type in the chat or catch the replay to type. Y'all more than welcome to come up and give y'all perspectives real quick, right? And say what y'all gotta say, get it out y'all chest, because this shit is deep. This shit is long too. There's a whole lot of videos on this. Mind y'all, this happened in this whole situation started off in 2022, right? It ended in 2023. We're in 2025. This happened 2 years ago, right? The crazy part about this, right? I'm using this video as an example that it is something that is still continuing to happen, right? And what's crazy is, right, like I've been saying lately, right? The whole point of bringing these videos is, right, because we've been talking about, is social media beneficial or is it harmful, right? And I've been saying for the past couple of days, I'm gonna say social media has its pros and its cons, right? And it depends on what the content creators, right, upload onto their channels, right, and what the viewers, right, the consumers ask for, right? And it's crazy that unfortunately the viewers, right, the consumers ask for this type of shit before they'll ask for a type of live that me or Word or Gary or the pastor double speaks will sit here and put out for us to for y'all to come up, try to bring solutions to the table, have conversations, right? People want to debate every single little thing, and not every single little thing is to debate. You see where I'm coming from? Okay, it's fine to debate certain things, right? But when we're debating, both parties got to be prepared. Right, and I'm gonna put me as an example, right? I sat here trying to debate Word in the beginning just by certain things that I've heard, certain things that I read. Then this man sat here. Listen, Word is the reason why I go more down the rabbit hole, because I'm like, yo, I know I know this. Da, 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 da. Then I come and I bump heads with this big, tall, 6-foot man online trying to sit here. He's like, but I'm like, you know something? Leave me alone. You remind me of my baby pops. Like, just leave me alone. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and get questioned over here. Then you'll be here questioning me, trying to test my noggin. Like, wait, there's another way. There's another way. I'm sitting here like, nah, man, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, are you sure? What you mean? What you mean? So I mean, that's word. That's why he like, what you mean, buddy? What you mean? No. He's like, I want you to go look this up. Look. He's like, where you get your resources from? I'm like, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right, fuck this. Next time I'm coming better prepared. Watch this. It's war. Get over here. On some Mortal Kombat type shit. Then I'm gonna get him on some Street Fighter. Oyuki. You wanna be on some Street Fighter shit? Watch. Oyuki. Let me sound. I know he's outside. I'm on the other screen. Oh man. All right. Where it says I'm taller. I didn't mean to mix you up with Gary. I'm sorry. It's just that I talk with you and Gary the most on here on social media, right? Because y'all make the most sense. Some people always want to, like, listen, I'm not into the drama and the bullshit, right? We're going to converse. Let's converse. We're going to have some fun. Let's have some fun. We're going to joke around. And, it's not a lot of panels you can go on to that you could really, have conversations, joke around, and have some fun. Everybody want to take a left. Like, you get tired of the threatenings. You get tired of the bullshit. Like, wait a minute. I just have an opinion. Don't put me in your shit. Wait a minute. You asked for my opinion. I gave it. Now you're offended. That's not my fault. But that's how it be, though. So let me see. Gary says they are influencers. Most are influences in the wrong direction. They are manipulating in the wrong aspect of thinking. Where is that? Not a sour dick. Yep, she said that. They both are toxic, yo. Listen, you could be a good parent, right? The thing is, right, that this is another perfect example of something that me and a lot of people have come on here, right, and talked about, right? A lot of people come on social media to portray to be something that they're not. They could be one way at home, and then on social media, they're another way. They behave in ways on social media that they won't behave at home, right? And that seems like I'm going to do a part 2, right? Because I don't worry. You going live? Because if you're going live, I might hop on your live and co-stream with you. And I'll do a part 2 on this tomorrow. But if not, I'll keep going until you go live if you do go live. If not, I'll just keep going until my earthly goods are gone. But yeah. Like they both seem to be toxic. Like, listen, there could be a lot of good parents out here, but I don't know if some parents get bored, right? And they feel as though they gotta be somebody else, and they come on social media and do it. For real. Like, I'm definitely doing a part 2 because I think I want to start doing some of these lives with my baby pops. And if I do them with my baby pops, we're not going no longer than 2 hours. He's not going to do that. I might continue to live, right? Maybe. But he's not going no longer than 2 hours. Not online. He's not into social media like that. And definitely we're like, we waiting for you to do the relationship thing with your wifey too. We was going to hop on that, John. I told him about that. So I'll definitely talk to him. Like, you got to get on Instagram because I can't get on my Discord. Let's chop it up on Instagram real quick. And, like, we ain't got to type. Like, yo, hit that little call button on Instagram and we could talk. Like, we talking business for real. And we could set up a day we can go live. Definitely. Y'all could definitely go on some busting it up. I think I said that wrong, but you understand me. Guys, don't judge a shorty. Blame it on my Spanglish, all right? See, she preyed on her. Who she preyed on, Gary? Stoic says, kind of like the guest on Kendra G show, reading the comments section. And yes, facts. Listen, I pay attention to my comments, right? And I ignore the disrespect. I tell people, I'll 86K you the hell out my live, out of my chat. Don't come with the disrespect. Listen, respect the content creator, respect the guest, respect the people in the chat. Because if you're disrespectful, you're blocked. I'm not, listen, I don't deal with that bullshit. Word, Nate the Great, and Word will sit here and give you the best eulogies. Y'all wanna sit here and try that shit with Word and Nate? They will sit here and give you a eulogy and then block your ass. I'm not doing that shit. I ain't got time for that shit. Because I know I'm gonna say some fly shit out my mouth, and they not gonna like that shit, and it's gonna start some shit. I don't got time. My mouth, listen. There's a reason. Listen. You hear why I keep saying listen? Because if I say what I'm thinking, people will hate me. Gary said she was changing all right for the worse. That's why I use that word improve. Facts, Gary. We need to improve in a lot of levels. Stoic says she leveled me online. Unless we be on the internet, make it make sense. She said, leave me alone. Yo, for real. Question is, will the algorithm allow your videos to be seen by people like this? Yeah. Stoic. I just got monetized. So that's showing something. You see where I'm coming from? Now, what I got to be is consistent. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I have not been consistent. You see where I'm coming from? So I do got to be consistent. Y'all see that I'm trying to, I can be consistent on the weekends, but I can't go live on the weekdays. I'm going to sit here and be honest, and I don't get tired of saying that. And I say that to everybody. On the weekends, it's curtains. I can go live as many times to try to, talk on the topics that need to be talked about. I'm not just going to go live just to go live. Like, shit. The fun is going to come right along. How many times haven't we gotten on panel, talked about what we got to talk about, and in the same breath, we've sat here and had some fun. We've had some giggles. We've joked around. We've roasted. And none of them times have gone left. You see where I'm coming from? Question is, let me see. So I'm definitely going to hop on Word's panel. And I'll coach you from over there. And I'm definitely going to do a part 2 on this tomorrow. So we're going. I'm glad we did it like this, free will versus fear. Are we truly in control? So I'm going to let this play for a little bit after I read these comments, and then I'm going to hop off this drawing around 12:20. Parents don't know how to use their time, and that's a fact. I got to smoke before I deal with people. What do you think I do, yo? On some real shit, man. Then I be having the munchies like a mofo, but I go to sleep. Then I wake up in the morning. I'm like, baby daddy. I'm like, Zaddy, I want a latte. Can I please get a latte and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich? Turkey bacon, okay? Hit the gram and do it for the 9. Word has Instagram. You got to put your Instagram in my chat so I can get your Instagram. Or if not, you got to look me up. I'm easier to look up. Wait, did I find you on the gram already, though? I don't know. I gotta look at it. It ain't fun trolling me. I'm gonna speak to the soul. Some Fruit Loop said consistency is the key. Laugh out loud. All right, let's play a little bit more of this video, right? Because like I told y'all, the whole purpose of this is to show y'all, man, listen, we gotta deal with our emotions before we come on social media. Because the same way you can meet someone's energy, someone can meet your energy too.
For you to be thinking like that, and it's not
right. Wherever I see that girl at, I don't care if it's summertime, whatever. I'm Wayne Dane Doodle her motherfucking noodle. Because her mouth just slick. It was slick last time she spoke on my kids. Now one of my babies dead and you still speaking on my kids. Like you just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't get it. Like you want some attention that bad?
I don't get it either. I don't know if you're trying to get clout or if you really just that evil. But at the end of the day, stop. That's all I'm asking. Please, I'm not even asking. I'm really begging for you, for the other side to please just leave her alone, because I need for Kaylin to be able to be at her son's homegoing. I need for her to be able to celebrate booty life. I need for her to be as level-headed as she can right now.
Well, level-headed she can't be if you keep bringing her social media drama and bullshit. Like, what type of friend is you, yo? Listen, man. Can y'all please drop the words link down below? Guys, make sure y'all go check out Word. He is going live 12:30. I'm definitely going to hop on there. But look, listen. He's talked about free will, right? he's talked about fear. He's broken it down, right? The behavior. Why is it that, the reasons why a lot of people act on these type of emotions. All right. So he will be going live. Y'all got questions, make sure y'all check him out, man, because he'll break it down like you in kindergarten. So fear, like, make sure y'all check his lives, his uploads. Y'all will see that he has broken these Jones down.
And y'all making it hard for her. So I'm really just asking that y'all stop with the, oh, I heard this or this and this. Stop telling her stuff.
But how can you be like, oh, well, I heard this? If you go back and watch my lives, what did I hear?
Okay. I heard you, Kay.
How could you not hear from nobody? You heard it from the horse's mouth.
Right. It's okay because God don't, like she said, God don't like ugly. So know that Booty was one of God's children. Booty is in heaven right now, and God is looking at you talk about his angel. So at the end of the day, you the one who said God don't like ugly. How you think God is looking at you right now with the actions that you're putting upon this that been lost?
Wait a minute. So God wouldn't create a booty? I mean, I know the booty is attached to her body, right? Am I getting the science wrong? Am I getting the anatomy wrong? Like, wait a minute. So God didn't just create humans. He created booties. Booty is a part of God's creation. Okay. Booty is God's child, I guess.
Her 5-year-old son. At the end of the day, it's not right.
That motherfucking post and tell that bitch you foul as fuck, you disrespectful as fuck. Everybody know you talking about me, literally. You know what I'm saying? But I never talk bad about your kids, though. I never wish no ill towards them children, though.
We don't talk about people's kids because we can talk about the kids.
Even right now, though, your son just gave your Mother's Day card. I could have went up there and shared your shit and said something fried malice. I could have said my 5-year-old probably right better than your 8-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just something, just anything negative.
See, that's what people gotta stop doing. Why is it that when they coming at each other and they got drama between each other, they bring the kids into this? What the kids gotta do? The kids didn't start this bullshit. Y'all did. So y'all sitting here comparing kids. Like, what the fuck? There's some type of there's some type of contest? A competition? A race? My child better than yours. Man, this shit is crazy. I forgot that this is this is the reason why I left Facebook, because this is all you saw. This is all you saw. This on Facebook. Like, I don't know. They're saying Twitter is getting like that, but I'm not sure, man. I'm on Twitter because I'm still following EB Queen. So I don't know. I don't know if Twitter's getting like that or not, but I get more news on EB Queen and what happens in these schools and stuff like that on Twitter than the drama. So I don't know. If that's the algorithm people's getting on Twitter, then that must mean that you're searching this type of shit. Me on Twitter, I know that my algorithm involves the Board of Education. It doesn't matter what city and state. So I get a lot of information from the Board of Education. And I sure as hell get a lot of news and information from a celebrity that I've been following since I was like 8 years old. I'm 35 years old. I'm not a fan. I don't call myself a fan, but I still follow her. So, I mean, I don't get, oh my God, yes, this is Evie Queen. She's coming to my city. No. I don't get like that. But I love her music. So I'm definitely keeping up with the new music and shit like that. So I still got my Twitter because her music gonna pop off on Twitter before it pops up on YouTube or anywhere else. So other than that shit, this is why I stopped being on Instagram and on Facebook. Both of them accounts are nothing more than just business accounts now. If you don't have business, if you don't got business, if you don't, how can I say it? If you're not talking business with me on neither one of these accounts, then don't hit me up. You see where I'm coming from? If we're not dealing with money, if we're not dealing with, how can I say, like I want to, how can I put this, right? If we're not dealing with the community, talking about the community, trying to bring solutions to a table and shit like that, because You know, I'm also a leader of my community. Don't hit me up on Instagram. For real, for real. It's been what, like 8-9 years that I've set these rules for myself, and it's worked out. I got tired of exposing people on Instagram and on Facebook. Like, yo, listen, I'm not for this. I'm not for the shits. Would I sit here and fuck somebody up in a heartbeat? Yeah. Don't start with me. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, didn't they tell you that when a dog doesn't bark, walk away? When a dog is barking is when you shouldn't be scared. But unfortunately, everybody is scared when the dog barks. And that's the wrong way to think about it. Oh shit. I learned that shit with my baby pops. He was quiet as shit. Then out of nowhere, look, I'm caged up. And he owns my heart. Ain't that some shit? You heart thief.
And then I know you spoke negative on my kid, and I still did it. Because for one, I'm a mother and I lost mine. So I don't want to, hurt people. So I don't want to be that type of person. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I know for a fact your kids ain't fucking with my one kid. Just period, point blank off the top. You know what I'm saying? And that's how confident I am within my motherfucking kid. My kid was damn near a baby fucking genius. Let's talk about it.
My mama.
So I could have did that, but I didn't though. Because that ain't gonna make me feel better speaking on your kids. Your kids never did nothing to me.
Right.
But you got the right one though. So
no, you got the right one on the wrong motherfucking day. Cause listen, like I said, we're not gonna talk about how the fuck we handle situations and shit like this because everybody is watching right now. But just know that shit is not gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Just know that you can't talk about Booty or Kaylin and think that at the end of the day,
it's so many people.
Yes, this is social media. People are going to talk. If you don't want to be talked about, if you don't want to be critiqued, do not air your dirty laundry. What the fuck? It's to be expected. It happens within our communities. How many times people don't do the stupidest shit like couples? They'll sit here and fight like dummies, bring that shit outside of their home. Like it's not bad enough that people hear this shit, but now they gotta see it. Then they get mad. Oh, they talking about me. You bought it outside in public where people saw it. It's going to be critiqued. You should have kept it in your home where they were just picturing it. But now you're on social media. Can't nobody see you or hear you unless you press that live button. So whose fault is that? The people viewing you or your dumb ass to put it out there? Let's make it make sense.
They really love me though. You know what I'm saying? Love my baby.
It's so many people in my inbox asking me, do you want me to go whoop the bitch? I know where she live at. You want me to do this because I know where she live at. I'll pull up on her right now. Motherfuckers that I don't even know is ready to pull up on Shorty right now. I don't even know these motherfuckers. I swear to God I don't. But
then you so tasteless and everybody know you talking about me. Should nobody, if you think like that and them your thoughts, you should nobody want her as a friend. Should no.
All this led to this, guys. All of this led to this.
Right there. I don't own a gun because shit like this. I've been pranked out and really off one of you hoes.
Shortly after the live, she shared a video of Kyler's memorial on the street, a touching tribute built by a friend that gave her a rare moment of peace in her storm of sorrow. That peace didn't last. Just days before Kyler's funeral, someone destroyed the memorial. Balloons ripped, candles thrown. The one thing that had brought her joy during the worst time of her life, gone.
And this is why she shouldn't have been on social media. On this post, she said, this situation has exposed a lot of true feelings. There is no way I should be doing this without my mother. I know it's my choice, but the things she said to me and her actions got us to this place. I have not received a call or a text from her checking on me or anything since this incident. Everyone is back to work and school like they ain't killed my baby and like it wasn't your grandson that passed while in your home, in your care. I'm so hurt because I know I will never speak to her, my sister or nephew ever again in life. I'm so hurt and confused by all of the hate and negative attitudes towards my sweet baby. Y'all continue to pray for me. I'm not okay and I'm finna lose my mind. She should. Huh?
Finna lose my mind.
Finna lose my mind, my bad. Finna lose my mind, right? This is one of the reasons she shouldn't have been on social media. Her friend and any better because her friend was the one that put that battery. The friend was the one trying to gaslight her. And you know what's crazy? One thing that I am appreciative of right now, right, is that I have a baby pops right that'll, sit here and give me advice. And it's up to me if I take the advice or I don't take the advice, right? Plenty of times he's done it and I didn't take the advice and I should have, right? But I've known this person my whole life. That don't mean shit. Not everybody, this is something that I've learned from him. Not everybody that rides for you, right? Yeah, not everybody that rides for you is not everybody that rides with you is for you. I was saying it backwards, right? There you go. So it's something that, I had to learn the hard way too. And it seems like this lady, the way she learned it, she can't even talk about it. Let's put it like that. No more. So may she rest in peace, her son rest in peace. And unfortunately, the real victims is the kids that got left with no parents and no family. They got put into the foster system. That's the sad story right there. Those are the real victims.
Those throne. The one
That's
thing
true.
that had brought
One
her
is
joy
a
during
casket
the worst
and the other
time
one's
of
in
her
jail.
life gone.
They both
Kaylin
lost.
was crushed,
Mm-hmm.
and it
The
sent her
kids lose out
spiraling
even more and
again,
worse.
right back to the bottle she had
Two
just
mothers is
given up.
gone.
Her oldest
Still,
son is going
she
to need
stayed
therapy.
strong long enough to bury her son.
He
On May
lost
12th,
a
the
little
day of Kyla's
brother, her
funeral, she
mother,
wrote,
his mother and
"Everything
father
that could have broke me before
all
this day
over
from
this.
family.
Gun
Rumors,
violence and
my
social
suit
media
not coming on time, to someone tearing my baby memorial up. And I still never broke. My heart is so full and filled with so many emotions. It's unreal. I'm ready to see my son and see everyone. I love y'all." She said goodbye. She watched the casket close. She tried to move forward, and everything she'd set aside for 2
Yes, that
weeks,
one in my eye.
she picked it back up, starting with Kimmery. Wright had gone on with her life. From her perspective, she wasn't involved in Kyler's death or the destruction of the memorial. She didn't care about Kaylin's grief. They weren't friends. She felt like she was being dragged into something that had nothing to do with her. And if Davidson wanted smoke, Kimmery wasn't backing down. On May 17, 2022, Kaylin found out through social media that Wright would be at Linden Grill. She got dressed, pulled up, and confronted her. Words were exchanged. Then Kaylin hit Kimmery. They tussled, and that's when Wright pulled out a gun. Davidson saw the gun and ran. Kimmery followed her to the exit and opened fire, shooting at Davidson and others as they fled the restaurant. Kaylin collapsed outside. She was rushed to the hospital, but her injuries were far too severe. 5 days after burying her child, Kaylin Davidson was gone. Wright was arrested on the spot and charged with murder and involuntary manslaughter. No bond, no TikTok dances, no Facebook Lives. While Wright sat in jail, Kaylin's family planned another funeral. On June 1st, Davidson was laid to rest beside her son. Her heart, broken beyond repair, was finally still. But Kimmery's legal nightmare was just getting started. She thought she could win self-defense, that Indiana's gun laws would protect her. But here's the thing, you can't chase someone down and shoot them in the back, then claim self-defense. You can't fire into a public restaurant and expect a slap on the wrist. As Wright celebrated her release later that year, she took to Facebook on Christmas with, "It's a blessing to be home and be able to celebrate this day with my family. I prayed that I wouldn't have to spend my holidays behind bars, and I came home right before Thanksgiving. The greatest gift I received today was life and freedom." A few months later, with trial approaching, Wright updated her supporters again. "Good morning to my family and friends. Trial starts in 7 days. It will be from the 30th of October to the 2nd of November. I would greatly appreciate the support if you all could come. We're walking in with our heads held high, and we're walking out with a victory. If you can't make it all 4 days, I would greatly appreciate you all coming the last 2 days."
Wait a minute. Did she take this and turn it into some type of nor like into some type, oh, I'm famous. Like this was her 15 minutes of fame. Yo, this chick is tripping. No wonder she behind bars.
November 1st and November 2nd. Trial starts at 10 a.m. each day. Love y'all. Then came another post filled with faith
I know
and
this
bold
not
hope.
my daughter because that's what she
Exactly
was
1
on.
week,
Chill.
and I will be free. No
This is
more
only
ankle
this right here.
monitors.
Smell
No
it.
more court dates. Completely free, Father God. I thank you now in advance. If it's in your will, it shall be your way. I am so excited for this fresh start, this new opportunity. I am so blessed, highly favored. But as pressure mounted, her tone shifted, her faith now mixed with frustration. Going through this case shows me how corrupt the judicial system is. This isn't about justice, it's about a conviction. On the first day of trial, Wright posted again asking for support. Good morning. Today is the first day of trial. I just ask that y'all continue to keep me in y'all prayers. I will make it out victorious, but nevertheless, it's a nerve-wracking experience. So just pray for me, please. If you
Where did she think she was gonna make it out? Like the chick she had her back turned when you shot her. Unarmed. Like she was unarmed. There was no self-defense on this. Like now you would have sat here and fought her back. All right, y'all both would have been here, different story behind bars. And you could have probably won the self-defense shit because she did sneak up on you. But you pulled a pistol trying to be cute on some dumb shit. And I see a lot of people do that now. A lot of people, someone will come here, boom, 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 try to, and it's all over the social media shit. It's happened. A lot of people are really, and it's been a while, and it's been happening since the pandemic's been here, right? A lot of people think it's cute to just, threatening somebody and then just sneak up on some pull-up shit, thinking that something bad is not going to happen. But see, the other person too, sit here thinking, oh yeah, I'm just gonna. I mean, it's crazy, but she had no weapon, so it's kind of like, ooh. And I know she was doing it to show off. Hey, but I might be wrong. But these are the consequences. The consequences, right, of sitting here and, how can I say, letting people knock you off your hinges, right? Going by he say, she say. Letting the pettiness of social media get to you, right? This right here is the con. Not a pro, it's a con. The harmful part of being on social media, right? And there are pros to it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get to those pros soon, right? But in the meanwhile, these are the topics we want to hit real quick, little by little. And then we're going to start hitting the pros, all right? And hopefully by that time, we got people on panel, right? And I would love to hear different stories, right, on how social media has been beneficial for you. Because a lot of people think that we cannot come on social media and be positive, bring a story and bring awareness, right? This is a situation where a mother was telling her story on social media, right? And where she let her grievingness, right, get to her, right? And that's why I had asked earlier, right? How does grief influence decision making, and what role does anger play in escalating conflicts, right? Now I'm going to ask y'all, what responsibility do communities have in supporting families affected by violence? How does media coverage of such case shape public perception of justice and accountability, right? Because neither one of these parties was able or capable of taking accountability of their actions. What interventions could have prevented this tragedy, and how can similar situations be avoided in the future, right? And in my opinion, my perspective, right, the friend was no friend. She was no good, right? Because the friend was the reason why this situation got started, right? It's saying that the mother got herself, but yeah, it's a situation that she started because she should have never even pulled up and snuck up on the shorty. She got herself killed. unalive. I'm sorry. This is crazy. Like, even though no matter what, you shouldn't let people make you feel that way. How can individuals channel grief into positive action rather than retaliation, right? And this is why I've made this channel, right, a positive, motivational, right, reaction channel, right? Because we could talk about it all, right? We could talk about, the things that are happening within our communities. We could talk about, families, right? We can have all these type of discussions without it going left, right? Because while we're talking about our stories, right, we're not just talking about our stories. We're telling y'all how we overcame this hard time, this situation in our life. That's the purpose of bringing these lives, bringing these stories out here. And not a lot of people, unfortunately, come on here for that. So, we have to be careful with what we do and what we say when we come onto social media, right? I would love to hear, y'all perspectives on this. Leave y'all comments down below. Anybody catching, the replay, leave y'all comments down below, right? Let us shorty know what y'all think and how y'all feel, right? And let's get the discussion started. So next time, right, for those of y'all watching, right, I think Word should be live. I'm going to be headed on to Word. So make sure y'all go check out the Word and, help him bring awareness to the topics that he's bringing out, right? So let's go check out what the Word is talking about, and I will see y'all tomorrow.
In the old days, love was pure and true. Now it's just a show for all to view. People use it for their own gain, leaving hearts in sorrow and pain. Once a sacred bond, now just a game. Hearts are broken, never quite the same. Love used to be a beacon bright, now it's lost in the shadows of the night. Oh, how we long for those days of yore, when love was honest forevermore. But now it's twisted, tainted and cruel, leaving us drowning in an endless pool. What can we do? In the spiritual world, all seems bright, but shadows lurk in the dead of night. Half of humanity wears a wicked guise, evil deeds hidden behind virtuous eyes. Beneath the surface, the darkness lies, masks of deceit veiling their lies. In this realm where good and evil collide, the line between them is blurred, hard to decide. So tread carefully in this world so grand, for not all that glitters is gold in the sand. In the spiritual realm where illusions endure, evil and good dance in eternal obscure. Just imagine that. Karma doesn't ask you how you want it, it just comes and take it. So be careful how you treat others on your way up the ladder, cause your way down, trust me. In a world of empty stares, fake love fills the air. Sincerity's distant glare, leaving hearts in deep despair. Truth is lost in a web of lies, hiding behind deceitful eyes. Love that fades and slowly dies, leaving us with heavy sighs. Aching souls in a loveless land, yearning for a genuine hand, but fake love rules with cruel demand, leaving us to understand. In this age of like and retweets, we've forgotten what real love truly means. It's not just about show and tell, but a feeling that makes our hearts swell. It's hard to know who's true and who's fake in a world where appearances are hard to shake. But real love is deeper than a profile pic. It's in the way that someone makes your soul click. So let's not get lost in the digital haze. Let's remember what real love truly conveys. It's not about followers or online fame, but a connection that sets our hearts aflame. In this world of make-believe, they all wear a smile. But behind the scenes, it's just a clever guys, puppets in their show, dancing in their stage. We're all just pieces of their charade. Beneath their mask of joy lies the tangled web, where secrets and deceits are carefully bred. Their lovey-dovey act is just for display. We're all caught up in their twisted play. So let's break free from this illusion so grand and see through the facade with hearts unplanned. No longer pawns in their game of charade. Let's find our own path and not be swayed. I feel like I'm surrounded with people with strings attached to their back, waiting for their master's command. It's like when I was little, right, and I was reading Pinocchio. Every time that he told a lie, his nose grew. It's just that, in real life, their noses don't grow. Karma just catches. In the shadows we seek, a love so pure and meek, but all that's left is a ghostly echo, a memory bleak, longing for a bond that's true in this world so cold and weak, yearning for the love we knew before the all turned antique, lost in illusions of affection, bleeding like the mist, hollow hearts yearn for connection in a realm dismissed, seeking solace in echoes of the past where love truly exists, but all we find are mere reflections of what love once kissed. Amidst the ruins of our hearts, we search for something real, yet all we grasp are faded echoes of what used to appeal in this world where love has become just a commodity to steal.
It's just a little food for thought.